Hey friends, happy Wednesday. It's a Wealth Wednesday, which is my favorite day of the week because I love talking about investing. Is anybody else on that same playing field? Like, you either love talking finances or you don't love talking finances. Anyway, my name is Gwen, and I'm excited to talk to you today about building your passive pile. This is something that the ULA guys taught me, and I have started implementing it in my finances. And since the beginning of this year, we've paid off over $8,000 worth of debt, which is super exciting because it's only February and that passive pile is growing. And so, yay, Emily. Emily's like talking about finances lately. That's because when you're doing it properly, Emily, I feel like it feels good, right? When you have control, you know where your money is going. You have a budget, but you're not on a budget, right? We're going to talk about the difference between those two things. You are in control of where your money is going, and you get to tell it how to make money for you. So I want to talk about some of those things today too. All right, so let's first talk about being on a budget and having a budget, because I don't know about you, but I'm in a bunch of different Facebook groups. And every once in a while, someone in the Facebook group will be like, can anyone give me a recommendation for, and they ask about a specific product. Most of the comments say, if you're on a budget, this is a really great option. And I started to realize that like most recommendations come from that place first. They come from we can't spend a lot of money because we don't have a lot of money. And so if you're looking for the cheapest option, here it is. Now, here's the difference between being on a budget and having a budget. One of them has a scarcity mindset. That's being on a budget. That's constantly going at life being like, we can't spend a lot of money on groceries because we're on a budget. And what that's saying to your mind is it's saying, we don't have enough money, or I don't prioritize my money for that thing. Versus having a budget, which is a plan. It's simply a plan for your money. That's it. So instead of money coming in and then money going out and being like, crap, where did my money go? Having a budget means your money comes in, you know exactly where it goes, but you've also tithed money for investing and for fun. And so I'm going to give you 3 ways that the ULA guys taught me that you can invest your money and still have fun. Okay, so here's how it works. Your money comes in, you know what your income is to an average. You know what your expenses are. That's the first step of having a budget. If you don't have that, then you don't have control over your finances, and you need to start there. That's simple, that's easy, that's step 1. So create a budget for yourself. The first time you do it, it's going to be kind of difficult because you're like, oh my God, look at all these things in my bank account, and that's where my money all goes. And you're like, crap. And that's actually kind of the point so that you figure out where everything is going. So you open your bank account, you look at all the expenses that you have, and then you start to say, do I need to pay for Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney Plus if I don't have enough money to cover other things? Do I need to have all those things? So you look at your income, you look at your expenses, your bills, and then you start to take away things that maybe are not necessary in your life, right? So maybe you don't need Hulu and Disney Plus. We just got rid of Disney Plus because I'm overpaying for multiple platforms. And my kids we don't even watch that much TV. So we don't need all the options if we want to use that money to put into an investment or to have fun with, right? So create a budget, first thing. Get rid of the things that are excessive, that you don't need, that maybe was a subscription that you started paying for that you didn't even know you had. In Amazon Prime, this is tricky. If you go into your Amazon Prime, there's actually a section called subscriptions. It's kind of hard to find. It's not that easy, but I didn't realize that we were paying for HBO at some point. I'm like, when did I sign up for that? So deleted that subscription, and those things never give you a notification like, oh, hey, Gwen, your $7.99 trial is up and now you're paying $24.99 a month for HBO, right? They don't let you know that that's happening. So those things sneak in. Check your subscriptions, check your bank account, just see where everything's coming out. Get rid of the things that you don't need. Now, what if you do that and you don't have any money left at the end of the month? That's a scary place to be. So we want to create something called a green gap in your finances. And a green gap is simply you look at your income, you look at your expenses, and hopefully you have a gap of money in the middle that is green. That means you have extra money at the end of the month. Now, I have been in this place where there was not a green gap. It was red. We were overspending what we were making. And no one wants to be there, but that's how fast debt racks up. So you don't want a red gap. It's not even a gap. You don't want a red line. You want a green line. So your first goal is to get to that green line. If you have to sell things in your home to get there, then you do that. If you need to sell things on Facebook Marketplace, you do that. That shelf right there, if you had a red gap and you weren't using that shelf, you would hop on Facebook Marketplace and you would sell it for $10. And now you have a green gap of $10. And then you say, but Gwen, it's only $10. And then I'll tell you that's okay. Because what you're going to do with that $10 is you're going to take 10% of that $10 and you're going to put it away towards fun money. And then you're going to take 45% and you're going to put it towards an investment. And you're going to take 45% and you're going to put it towards savings. That way you have fun money. You can save all your fun money up for one special thing, or you can get a coffee once a week, whatever your fun money goes towards. And your money is actively growing at the same time while you're also saving and having fun. Sounds much better than eating dirt for 10 years and just clunking all your green gap money away, right? So now you have a $10 green gap when you were in the red before. Amazing. You're ahead of the game. Easy peasy. Keep doing that until you've got at least $1,000 in your emergency fund. $3,000 is definitely the place that you want to be. $1,000 is not going to get you anywhere. Your car breaks down, your tire falls off, like you're going to spend $1,000 so fast. So try to get yourself to a $3,000 emergency fund if you can. Emily asked if I have a favorite budgeting app. I use the Every Dollar app, which you can pay for the paid version, which automatically pulls from your bank account, or you pay for the free version, which just means that you go in and you do the work. And so I just use the free version because I actually think it's really good for us to physically, put the information in. So it's like ingrained in our brain and we know those things. So Every Dollar app is a great one. Okay, so then you're going to apportion your green gap money, okay? 10% into your fund money, 45% into investments, 45% into your savings. So you're building all the things. You're going to build a passive pile. This is a pile that makes money for you. The way that you're going to do that is by investments. I'm going to give you 3 different kinds of investments that the ULA guys taught me. And this is how my money is growing. And it is slow. Do not get derailed. It is slow. It is a process, okay? But it will build itself over time. So here's the first thing. And I'm going to talk more about how to invest and how to even start investing if you don't have an investment account yet. The first thing is stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Even if you're only stocking away $50 a month, Emily, investing used to scare me too. I'm going to make it so easy for you. And I'm going to follow up with some more specific videos on exactly how to get started. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds is your first thing for investing. Literally, mutual funds were created for the people who didn't want to just pick one stock and put all their money towards one stock. And if you know me, I talk a lot about not putting all your money in one basket, right? So mutual funds are a combination of stocks, usually based around a specific subject. So there's like health-based mutual funds, and you'll find health companies in there. There's tech-based mutual funds, and you'll find tech companies in there. And you can go in and look at all the companies that compile the mutual fund. It's really interesting to start to kind of get involved in that. And it's not like a volatile market. It's not like picking one stock. You put $100 in that stock and then the market completely tanks, right? You have this wide variety in a mutual fund. So even if one of those companies tanks, you're still being held up by a bunch of other companies. It is very not likely that all your companies tank in a mutual fund at the same time. That's not how they're created together. So that's your first investment. If you don't know how to do that, we're going to figure out how to do that in a different video. Real estate is another way to invest. So if you're just coming out of like the red line and you're just starting to get a green gap, real estate might not be your next investment, but keep it on the forefront for you. Investment properties can be very lucrative for you. And then you can take that money, and that's green gap money, and you can apportion it 10% to fund, 45% to investments, 45% to your savings, right? Real estate is your next one. And then businesses. I want you to start to look at business investments differently. Some people, like for example, one of the guys gave an example of somebody buying ATMs and placing them around the city. That's an investment money. That's a business investment that they invested in, and then they make money on people withdrawing money from that ATM. Other people do vending machines. Other people do franchises. Other people do network marketing. You know, I cannot leave this Wealth Wednesday talk without talking about network marketing. It's literally the most cost-effective business investment that you could ever make. And yes, it is work. All of these business investments are going to be work. Okay? They're going to be work. But if you find something that you align with, network marketing is going to be the smartest business investment for you. You're building a passive pile. And what that means is that that's money that's growing and building on itself after you put in a little bit of time. Guys, there's like 10 ladybugs in my room right now, and one just dropped from the ceiling as I'm doing a video. So start to look at business investments differently. It does not mean that you have to buy a franchise for whatever costs like $300,000. Literally the easiest thing to do is network marketing business investment. Usually very inexpensive to get started, usually has all the training available for you and you're ready to go. You can start making money as soon as you step foot in a network marketing opportunity. And as long as you have a vision and a goal for how you want your money to grow, then you will grow. No matter how long it takes, remember what I said, it is slow grow. You just have to stick with it and not get derailed and not wish that it was growing faster than it was, because you put the time and the money in and you practice these same things over and over again, you're going to be able to get your passive pile bigger, bigger, bigger. And then imagine if your passive pile exceeded your monthly expenses by 20%. Now you have 20% extra in the green gap that you can apportion to all the areas of your life. Okay, so first one was stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Second one was real estate investments. Third one was business, and I don't just mean brick and mortar. I mean all sorts of different business investments. You can literally go on YouTube and say, what can I invest in a business? You can listen to podcasts about investing in different businesses. There are so many different types of businesses that can get you a return on your money. So start to expand your vision. I didn't even know about network marketing before, but it's been the biggest blessing in my life and has allowed us to grow our pile of passive income. Expand your vision, you guys. Rethink how you look at business. Use these investments as a thermostat to set the goal and the vision, and then start working towards it. Instead of a thermometer and being like, oh, the temperature is this, and it tells you how it's going to be. You set it, you work towards it, you grow it. It takes time, but all of this is worth it, and you won't have to eat dirt for 10 years to build your passive pile, okay? That's called the green gap, and that's what we're working towards. So that's our fun Wealth Wednesday chat. If you have specific questions or have any other questions about building a passive pile, or you want to get out of debt and you want to know more about Green Gap, just let me know and I can send you the information. I love you guys. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Go get your wealth.